buddy. P1 right there.
What is going on, everyone, and welcome to another race here in the my apologies, the Gen 4 ARCA series here for the No Toad Racing League. Tonight we are at Texas, and if you look at the track, you notice it is not your typical Texas. It is a Legacy Texas, a lot more bumpier and a lot more loose. And it's before NASCAR went in and basically made this track basically dookie. Only way I can put it. But anyways, we're gonna ride along here with Michael Nash and see what kind of laps he can put in here tonight. Johnny Brugg is on a win streak. Did not race last week. Currently on a 3-race win streak. Last week's race winner, oh Lord, I can't remember who it was. Give me a second. It was, sorry, that's Mark Herzog. So Mark Herzog and Johnny Brugg, the only two people to win a race so far in this series. And after qualifying is over, we'll go ahead and show the current point standings here for the ARCA series. After the round of 6, that's when we're going to start dropping the two worst races the drivers have. So this is just an update on where drivers are running after 4 races. See the time start coming in. Michael Nash currently with a little bit over half a second off Fisher's pace. I believe Johnny Brugg is out. He is out. Let's go ahead and ride along with our current points leader. See what kind of time he puts in here. First lap by. No, my apologies. That must have been his out lap. Let's actually ride on board here as Johnny while he's doing these laps. Can we cross start finish line this time by? That's a lot of work to do. Our current points leader so far 11th quickest. See if we can do better. Second lap, going through 3 and 4 right now. Gary Sargent's a good time. P5 currently. Second lap, Brugg goes 5th quickest as Nelson grabs quick time with a 28.98. Benjamin Nelson, last night's winner in the Cup Series. It looks like he's going to be starting off where he left off in P1. Well, we got a little bit of time here. Let's actually go ahead and do some interviews real quick before we do start racing. Let's go ahead and pull down Mr. Johnny Brugg. What is going on, Rocket Man?
Hey, what's up, Isaac?
Hey, what's going on, man? You technically are on a 3-race win streak because you didn't race last week. Had some really good battles all season long. Your biggest margin of victory, I think, was 4/10 last week, or last time you raced. Man, talk us through this race and if you're going to be able to do a 4P.
Well, it's going to be a wild one. It is super slick tonight, and the tires are falling off super quickly. So there's going to be guys pushing really hard that are going to be fast, and they're going to get by you. And if you're trying to save tires, it's just going to be hard trying to manage that and let them by without, losing too much ground, and trying to save enough tires so that if we do see a long run, you can have the advantage. What I'm scared of is that we might not see that long run because we have quite a big field tonight, and like I said, it's super slick.
Yeah, talk us through where we might see the most problems occur. I noticed during practice a lot of people were having issues that transfer into the quad oval.
Yeah, I'm expecting you'll see a lot of guys sliding through the grass. Turn 4 is probably, like, out of turn 4 is going to be the danger zone. Really, everywhere is the danger zone, I feel like, tonight. It's slick everywhere, but turn 4, that outside wall sneaks up on you, and you're loose at the same time, so have to keep your head on a swivel coming out of 4.
Now, I got to ask you, do you prefer this Texas or the new one?
I don't even own the new Texas. I refuse to buy it.
That horrible,
I love
huh?
Legacy Texas. I'll give it a shot one day. It just hasn't really came up in the league yet for me to give me a reason to buy it. But I would say I like banked corners. So the fact that they flattened 1 and 2 doesn't sit well with me, but we'll see. Maybe one day.
All right, man. Good luck tonight. Coming in tonight with an 8-point lead over Just Trop.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Speaking of point standings, before we go over our starting grid, let's go ahead and pull up our current point standings. See, it's there on your screen. Let me go ahead and hide everything real quick. There we go. So you see Johnny Brugg is leading the current point standings with those 3 wins in 3 races he has done. Jess Traub only 8 points behind. Jaden Constark has some work to do here tonight if he wants to make up some ground. Currently sitting 19 points behind. Benjamin Nelson, a guy who I thought would be doing really well, is actually sitting in 5th, about 30 points out. So definitely a chance here tonight for Nelson to catch back up as we'll go over our official starting grid here tonight. Going to our starting grid, I think we have 29 drivers here tonight. So going over at Benjamin Nelson getting that pole position. Jonathan Adkins outside pole. Row 2, you have Jaden Constark and Kendall Kerr. Row 3, Craig Martin, Michael Nash. Row 4, Johnny Brugg, Jonathan Asher. And around at your top 10, Gary Sargent starting pretty well there in P9, Jess Traub. Row 6, you have Grant Fisher and Donnie Badius. Going on to row 7, Mitchell Williams, TJ Warren. Row 8, Alex Chase off a really great race last night, Bill Miller, not Mahler, my apologies. Row 9, Bart Howick and Josh Corner. Row 10, Mike Rent and Anthony Sparazza. I think I said that right. Row 11, Roy Hyde, Kel D. Spicer. Row 12, you'll have Quincy Strawwacker and Dayton Taylor. Row 13, Philip Schmidt and Oliver Turan. Row 14, Jared Jimenez, James C. Beck, and round the field in P29. Row 15 will be Nick Sosha. Real quick before we get started, let's go ahead and look at that track temp. A little bit cooler out here tonight. Not as hot as you think it would be. A 91-degree track temp. So not as loose as it could be if it would be a 120-degree track temp. But these guys do got the work cut out for them for 100 laps of racing here tonight at Legacy, Texas. Take a look at our pole sitter Benjamin Nelson in that singular car. Jonathan Atkin is running a different number. I did try to go to high car numbers. Just a lot of people running plain paints, and I don't like it too much. So I just went with car numbers on. As the pace car rolls through 3 and 4, it's going to make that hard left-hand turn, go down pit lane. Benjamin Nelson going to leave the green here at Legacy, Texas, here in the Gen 4 ARCA Series.
Green, green, green.
Green flag flies, and they are off and away. 2 by 2 they go into turn 1. That's a pretty good start. Is going to get that edge. No. Adkins is going to hold him off. They're going to probably get the run off the corner exit. Nelson is going to clear him, though. And, oh, and there's contact already. 88 into the wall. That's Jaden Constark. Can't quite tell who else he got there. I want to say that was not Gary. I think it was Kendall Curry. It was Kendall Curry in the 21 machine that got put in the wall. Already some issues with our top 5 guys. When everyone else doing a pretty good job single filing it out. Craig Martin up 2 spots already in that 3rd position as everyone's still getting loose down that backstretch. Benjamin Nelson getting that nice little bonus point for leading a lap here tonight and getting pole position. Those are 2 bonus points that are going to help him out here in the point standings. As I heard someone say field window's about 35 to 40 laps, and if we get a long green flag run, would not be surprised if I see people start pitting around lap 25 and cutting this race into 3. Johnny Brugg already up 3 spots from where he started, but looking to his outside is Jonathan Absher in that 772 car. Be all about tire management here. Is Nelson getting about a 2/10 second gap, not able to drive away from the field quite yet. You got 5 cars all within half a second. 8:22, Craig Martin into the wall, going down the backstretch. Craig Martin gonna have to drop down to 5th. I just noticed this. Is Nash and Absher running the same paint scheme? Oh, they are. So Brugg already up into the top 3, your current points leader. Looking to increase that points lead over the 24, Jess Traub, who's currently sitting in 10th. We got a lot of slicing and dicing going on back here. Everyone so far doing a really good job keeping it green for the most part. It's Gary Sargent, who qualified up towards the front. I think he was in P9. He was starting to fall back. I'm hearing smoke. Oh, there's the 16 into the wall. Mitchell Williams, one of the guys who got crashed. Go see what happened here to the 16 of Mitchell Williams. Oh, that started in front of him. That started with the, I want to say the 67. That started with the 67 and the 115. Or the 715. The 715 of Anthony Sparazza that's getting in there a little too hot. Right in the back end of Badius. And where does Mitchell Williams get involved in this? My apologies for that. I got a new motherboard on the way. It's all good. Only under cautions that happens. Oh, the 002 of Oliver Turan just ran right in the back of him. So quick caution here. See if we have any takers on pit lane. The 17 of Atkins was looking, decided otherwise. Rugg already up into P2. I just got a message from Joseph Friday. I think he placed P2 last night. He should be possibly joining me in a booth here in a second. I might need to drag him. Anyways, pretty quick caution. These guys did get about 7 laps under green. Well, let's see if they can get a long green flag run. That was one of Brugg's worries, is not getting a green flag run. If I'd been joined by Friday. What is going on, Joseph?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man, surprised I'm not seeing you out here racing after getting that a really good finish last night.
I would rather be here.
Well, man, have you had any experience in these Gen 4 cars yet?
I have a bit, and I can definitely say they are a handful to drive. So a lot of these guys who so far have been, you know, kind of around and loose and having a handful so far back to the back.
Yeah, no, if you ask me, I thought I was going to hate these cars. I was like, man, these cars are hard to drive. I'm not going to like them. I actually have more fun driving these cars than any other car, even with how difficult they are to drive.
Yeah, I can see the appeal in it. It's very fun, and they're, you know, got a fish tailing it everywhere.
Well, it's just the fact that you're on the verge of spinning out every lap. It's just kind of like when I race dirt. My favorite track is Lernerville because you're on the verge of flying over the edge at any minute.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, man, you have experience trying to chase down the professor. Do you think anyone's going to have anything for him here tonight?
Well, the main thing they're going to have to do here is to make sure they preserve those tires while trying to, you know, obviously get as much as they can out of them while it's still, you know, while they're still new, while they're still running. Because these heat cycles, I mean, the more cautions we're going to have, the more, you know, up and down these tires will go with the temperature, and the more wear you're going to have on them. So these guys need to take care of the tires up and down the field and maybe try to go and push it to Benjamin after, you know, there's a little bit more worn on his tires.
Yeah, explain that heat. After we're about to go green here in a bit, I'll ask you that. About the heat and the tires.
Green, green, green.
right now.
Yeah, so what do you mean like talking about heat in the tires? Because I'm still new to trying to figure out how to save tires, and I think if I drive it easier, I'll save tires, and that never happens.
Yeah, so basically the main thing that's going to happen is the more you obviously turn the car, the more you, slide it around, because these things are very, very loose out the back. So the more you kind of agitate those tires, the more you send it in with heavy turn angles, or more you are aggressive on the throttle, the tires are going to get heat in them. And the more you have, the hotter the tires are, obviously going to have less grip, because the more tires are going to wear and the rubber will fall off and stuff like that. But if these cautions happen, like just a second ago, we had these like 7-lap run, it's going to get really cold all of a sudden, because after a while, that pressure from the hot and cold cycles you're going to have, there's going to be more degradation on the tire, and you're not going to have as much grip because of it. So by protecting them as much as you can, I'm trying not to slide the tires as much, being easier on the throttle, and well, trying not to overly turn the wheel. You're going to save them a little bit more, so you got to be careful with that.
So basically what you're saying is cars like these where you have a lot of cautions and like medium green flag runs, it hurts the tires more than it helps them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, never would have thought that. In the meantime, Johnny Brugg catching up to Benjamin Nelson, and we've seen these two guys go at it all season long, back and forth. They've already had 2 close finishes this season.
Yeah, what I've heard from you is back in the, I believe it was the Cup broadcast not too long ago, is these guys have had a very, very close showing throughout the season so far, with all 3 going to Johnny, though. All of them he's shown up for, he's won. So do you think he could do it again?
I mean, the one thing I've seen Johnny do better than Benjamin this ARCA season that no one else has been able to do is he knows how to save tires. We saw him, he won at Auto Club, I think it was 2 1,000 of the seconds. We got a yell out, Gary Sargent going off track. Oh, wow. Well, there's the issue with Sarge. Alex Chase got in the back, and we'll see exactly what happened there, though. Oh, Gary just drifted up a little bit. Well, here's the next question. You guys have 4 extra sets of tires, 14 laps in. Do you think any of the top 10 would be pitting here?
It's a toss-up, and I feel like, I mean, if you're in the top bunch, I don't think so. I mean, I think 14 laps, I mean, you're starting to get to it, so you may see some guys start to gamble and try to take it. But I think really, I mean, you only have so many tires. You got 4 extra sets.
Oh,
so
and Brugg faked them.
Ooh.
Brugg staying out, fakes Nelson. Nelson was a late pit entry. Oh, Brugg, it looks like Jess Traub stayed out. Alex Chase staying out. Bill Miller in the 703 is showing up at the 33. He stayed out. JD Concert staying out. So only 5 guys stayed out. I don't know.
And that will be a huge difference, though. Those 14 or so laps, even though they had 2 heat cycles in them, that may be a deciding factor.
Oh, I cannot wait till my new motherboard gets here. So, how long do you think it's going to take Nelson to get around these 5 guys that stayed out?
Well, I mean, if it's if it's anything to say, I mean, I really think that, I mean, the tires here, it's a big deal. So, I mean, these 2 heat cycles will play a lot for these guys who has stayed out. So, I mean, if Benjamin can just try to center on the outside, but be smart about it, he can pretty much get him in maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 laps at most. But I feel like it's going to be quick and easy with him. It's just going to be really easy, once again, with the guys who had stayed out, just to, save what you have left. But you also, if you did pit, want to save what you have now. Don't use it all.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest differences we see between last night's series and tonight's is it's hard to pass in the next gens because they're so draft dependent. These Gen 4s, you can make a pass work on 20 lap old tires in a heartbeat if you know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like we saw you doing last night, you were there, you just could not get around Nelson because these cars are so draft dependent. Once you get behind someone, you just became super tight. Mr. Brugg going to lead the field of green with just chopping the outside. Your 2 points, top 2 in points, going to lead the green here. On lap 16, second caution of the night, and these guys have gotten about 7 laps of green flag run both times. Pace car pulls off. We'll see how long it takes Nelson to catch up as Brugg went right as the pace car pulled off. Keep an eye on that 125 and Nelson, see if he's able to get through the field easily. Jaden Consark also pitted for tires there, and he definitely got a way better restart than Nelson did. Keep an eye on those 2 Dell Junior cars as those guys are on fresh tires. See how fast they can make their way through the field. They're already up a couple spots.
I'm eyeing those twins over there.
The twins?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
The 2 junior cars?
The 2 identical twins, should I say.
Oh, you're talking about the 772 and Michael Nash.
Absolutely.
Well, Anthony Sparazza has some issues. Let's go see what happened here to the 715. Oh, he just loops it. Oh, wow. How was that not a caution?
Probably should have been.
I mean, he was stopped on track.
Well, I know the guys like Johnny and actually Benjamin probably are kind of thankful it's not.
Yeah, while Johnny and Jess are going at it, Constark's catching up, and Constark, actually no, Constark did not pit last time. He pitted 12 laps ago. I don't know if he took tires on that pit stop. Johnny was battling out for Jets there for a bit, now starting to pull away. Nelson, who I know for sure took tires there, he's moved his way up to 4th, ahead of the 17 of Adkins. A couple cars in the wall going down the backstretch. The 2 twins are going at it. It's so cool seeing those 2 run right by each other.
I feel like if it's up to them, they probably won't let you have a break. They keep you on your feet.
It's almost like they planned, like, hey man, we're going to run the same paint scheme and we're going to run right by each other all race long.
This ain't Formula 1, son.
Yeah, Formula 1 does have a lot of similar paints. I can never get in Formula 1.
It takes a taste.
I like the action of wrecks, not just the action of turning right and left for 2 hours with very few wrecks.
Well then, if Rex is what you want, you've come to the right place.
Yeah. And here comes Absher on the outside of Nelson coming out of turn 2. I'm still trying to figure out what the more dominant line is here.
So from what I've heard, the outside, if you can wrap the seam and try to get that drive off of the corner, the top is way better. But the bottom just seems to be more of the easier kind of like to get into a groove.
Yeah, because these cars aren't, like, I haven't seen anyone really get the drive off on that high side I'm used to seeing. As Absher looking to put it 3 wide, and Constark and Nelson, these 3 are going at it. Nelson finally able to clear the 88 machine, and here goes the twins right behind him. Oh, that's a tight squeeze. Why not throw in the other Dell Jr. car into the mix? Let's have 2 sets of twins up here, why don't we?
Talk about a blast of the past.
And I keep seeing Absher go to the outside. I don't think it's working for him. He can't get that drive off he's wanting.
I mean, especially while these guys have these fresher tires, it's going to be a little harder now. But I mean, if he keeps at it, I mean, he also has to find a way to get a little bit more clean air to kind of get that diamond in, that run off. But if he can make it work.
In the meantime, going back to at the front, Nelson getting around Jess Trough for second with Michael Nash in tow. Michael Nash and Benjamin Nelson, they had a really good battle duking it out back at Darlington in the Cup Series. They had a close finish. I think their finish was within a tenth of a second as well. Your top three are no strangers to each other, and that usually produces some really good racing.
It's better to know your enemy, right?
Hey, and talk us through that, because you were racing there last night on how, especially the Cup Series, is able to race so hard and so aggressively, but yet have very few cautions. It's crazy how the craft of racing you guys have. Like there's so much aggressive racing, but yet again there's so much given as well.
Yeah, I think that's mainly up to a little bit of experience for a lot of guys, because I mean, you know, it's a type of racing that you have to think big picture. So I mean, you can't go in and send it off, you know, as quick as you can lap after lap, because you know, hey, look, there's still a lot of laps left in this thing. So if you wreck a guy for 10th, I mean, that's only going to hurt you and him. So that's just not, you know, you're not thinking big picture. So a lot of these guys know that, and they can think, hey, let's get some give and take. They know when to take and know when to give. And well, I mean, unless you're in the last 10 laps, you take not as much as you give.
Oh, and Jess Trough hard in the outside wall coming off of 4.
What did I just say?
Going to lose a lot. And that looked like that was all started really by, I want to say it was Jade that kind of slid up the track and might have just spooked Jess there a little bit. And shoot, I just saw that. Talk about blasting a pass. How about the Red Bull Racing scheme out here?
Yeah, I know Philip was, well, he was kind of eager to run that one.
But I'll say these guys do a really good job with these type of cars, able to keep it on track. I mean, here we are on a 14-lap green flag run. Nelson's starting to chase down Brugg, and Brugg has yet to pit. So I'm wondering, I know the stint length is, the fuel window is 35 to 40 laps. Nelson pitted on lap 15. I think Nelson might be able to make it on 2 stops.
I believe so. I mean, if it's 40, that is about 5 or so short. So with those cautions, he may be in the good window, but Johnny still has about maybe 3 if he can stretch it or hope for a caution.
And here comes Nelson to the inside, and Michael Nash has been just kind of following in Benjamin's tire tracks, just getting through the field.
Sometimes that's what it takes. Just follow the guy you know is fast, lead him to the front.
Just follow the professor and take some lessons from the teacher.
Absolutely.
I think those tires are starting to wear for Brugg. He's starting to fall back as Craig Morrison start looking to the inside, as well as the 17 of Jonathan Atkins.
I mean, to be fair, he held on as long as he could, so that's good for him. But unless he gets a caution pretty soon, this may kind of play out not the way he wanted to.
Oops. I mean, I will say this, though. Out of everyone who has yet to pit, Brugg is running 3rd. The next person that has yet to pit is going to be the 54 of Alex Chase in 11th.
Yeah, I mean, if this plays out, he saved a set and stayed competitive, so he could probably help out if there's, you know, late race cautions down the line, because he would have that 1 extra set of tires. But right now, I mean, if he does need to pit in about 10 or so laps, he needs a caution to happen now before it's too late.
Well, and that's what I was about to say. If a caution comes out right now, it's going to really benefit Brugg, because these guys either A, got to sacrifice using up another set of tires and be down to just 2, or stay out while Brugg's using his first set.
Yeah, exactly, because that would then benefit in the favor of Brugg anyway. No matter what happens, he either has 1 extra set, or in some cases 2, or he has the fresher tires. So right now, Johnny is in the catbird seat if a caution to come out now.
As Michael Nash is all over that back bumper of Nelson. And here's another thing about Brugg. I mean, Nash and Nelson, of course, are setting the fastest lap. They're pulling away from Brugg. outside of that, Brug's the fastest guy on track minus the 21 to Kendall Kerr. So he was the third fastest on track last time by, even on 14 lap older tires.
Which is once again a huge testament of how competitive he's shown so far. So if this does, get back into a situation where you can get back on track, back on schedule with these guys on the same tire if a caution does come out, I would still watch out for that one car because on the long run, he still looks really fast.
Yeah, we're getting to that point. We're at 36 now. We've had 2 cautions. 2 cautions add what? Probably about 3 laps to the tank. 3 extra laps you can go.
Yeah, give or take.
But we probably should see him coming in probably between 39 and I would say 43. I haven't seen anyone else pit yet that hasn't.
I think at this rate, they just need to stay out as long as they can and hope and pray that there is a caution. Because if there's not, it's going to be difficult to get on pit road here, especially on these worn tires, to go from that apron to, well, I mean, the banking to the apron. So it's going to be tricky to say the least.
Yeah, so I asked Brugg about New Texas or Old Texas. How do you feel about?
I've actually not had the chance to drive Old Texas, but from the way the racing is, I could say old all the way.
Yeah, as we have a car coming to pit lane, Jared Jimenez pitting from 29th. Brugg still yet to pit though, still staying out here in lap 39. But yeah, I like Old Texas. I hate that new flattened turnout. This is another reason I don't like Kentucky. Kentucky is just Texas, just turns are reversed.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about it. Because the same thing with what you just basically said is, it not only does it make that driver feel a very awkward position when you're driving it, but it makes the racing worse. Because it's now a 1 lane compared to you can see what the racing is now, 2, 3, maybe even 4 if you can if you're brave enough. But now.
That was a close call for Brugg.
Heck of a job.
And not just that is I don't like New Texas because I can't figure out how to save my tires there on turn 1. Because I enter that turn a lot faster than I should. Because I'm thinking a mile and a half. I can go 170 in the turn. No, I think you maybe go 150 into that turn, if that.
Yeah, I think what you just got to do is just once again just limit your steering input and your how fast you're on that loud pedal, because that's pretty much the only way you could pretty much save tires at a track like Texas, especially the new configuration. So, well, this configuration is a little bit harder because you're pretty much on the throttle 80% of the time.
Taking a look back at all our terrain mowing the grass since Texas Motor Speedway didn't hire a good enough grounds crew. Got loose in the quad oval.
Yeah, it's just a very expensive lawnmower.
Yeah, one of the things probably run like 85 grand.
Probably on a good day.
I'm still kind of curious why iRacing hasn't actually put out the new ARCA model.
Time, interest, maybe something like that.
I'll race the new ARCA model in a heartbeat. I'll pay money for it.
Yeah, that's true. Then again, it is kind of they'll have to do it eventually, and just retire the old ARCA, model and have this Gen 4 just kind of stand alone. But it's a car that pretty much every oval driver has to have because of D-Class. So that'll be a lot of people updating.
Well, they keep adding these dumb road course cars that no one likes because you can't drive them. Why not give us an ARCA? Because I've started watching ARCA this season a lot more lately, and I noticed a lot of them are just Toyotas. And I think they're using the old Nationwide Toyotas or something like that.
I think it's typically a mix. I think they're using the Xfinity chassis, but using the 2013 Camry body or something.
Gotcha. Johnny Brugg's still out there though, not 45. Wow.
Yeah, that's once again a lot of tire saving And well, those cautions definitely helped him in the fuel saving game.
I wonder if you can come in this time by.
It's got to be soon.
Still haven't seen Alex Chase come in yet. Jess Traub must have pitted and I missed it. See if I can't find Jess Traub. Nope. Jess Traub's still yet to pit. Miller has yet to pit. Chase and Brugg. All of them still out there.
How did he get back there?
Jess Traub? I'm not sure. I didn't see
'Cause he was
anything
right
on...
the fuel lane.
I'm scrolling up on SDK. I'm not seeing he wrecked.
Huh.
Let's go look at that 24 car. See if he has a lot of damage. Oh, he slammed that wall hard at one point.
Oh yeah.
That right front is just total. And here comes Jess Traub right now, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Jess Traub coming in this time by.
He may grab that fast repair.
And here comes Johnny.
So now this is the money stop basically, because he's gonna go laps down. So now it's gonna be. Now he's hoping there isn't a caution.
I remember, stop it. One of my first wins in another league I run. It came by because I had pitted, and as I entered pit lane and I passed that commitment line, while leading the race, caution came out. So I was like, oh, I'm able to complete my pit stop right here because I passed the commitment line. No, I was running second. I was running second to one of my buddies. And he got mad. He's like, man, you got so lucky with that caution. I'm like, I really did. Because I had a spot at the time, and I'm like, can I do my pit stop here? He's like, yes, do your pit stop. I'm like, are you sure? Because I was still new to iRacing. I'd only been racing for about 2 or 3 months at this time.
Well, I guess it was your lucky day. Would you look at that? Hit the slot machine.
Benjamin Nelson still leading the field. Not seeing really too many battles going out on track right now.
Yeah, I think at this point, they're all going to be spread out anyway.
Miller's coming to pit lane. He's another one that got yet to pit. Alex Chase in the pit lane.
It's interesting how they went one farther.
Yep. Johnny Brugg back out on track. He is the first car a lap down. So if a caution does fly, he will get that lucky dog. That's not what he wants, because then he starts at the rear end of the field.
Yeah, and especially with how long we've been in this run, everyone's going to get free tires anyway. So he'll lose all the track position, and he'll start at the back.
Mm-hmm.
But now I just realized something that, I mean, we saw Johnny and those guys who didn't pit that first stop. They made it, what, 49 or so laps. So if we could possibly see an end of window now to the end of the race for some of these guys who did take that chance to take some tires and about the second caution.
Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting because like I said, Johnny went 40. What did he go? 47 laps with 2 cautions. So that puts a fuel winner probably around lap 44.
Give or take, depends how much he clutched through, because it could have been like a 40 dead, and he grabbed those 7 extra laps under caution, clutching all the way. Because he could have done that, and if he did, that's a good job. That's all I can say about that.
But let's give it 43. We went back green flag racing at lap 15 or 16. I want to say. Let's see. Yep, we went by green flag racing around lap 16. So if it's 43 laps, these guys will be cutting close on a one-stop strategy from here. Everyone who pitted on lap 14.
That is true. They'll be approaching, 40 laps on the tires and the fuel tank about next time by. So it would be, if they can stretch it as far as they can and try to save fuel a little bit on the next stint, they could make it to the end, but that's assuming there's no more cautions.
Now I'm taking a quick look at fall off. Nelson's fastest time is a 29.77. His last time by was a 31.04. So we're looking at little almost a second and a half of fall off on these tires.
It's actually not as much as I thought it would be, but that's still
The
pretty
yellow flag
significant.
is out.
Oh, that's not what Johnny wanted to see right there. TJ Warren having issues.
Well, the good news is he can get his lap back, but he'd have to work again. But everyone else behind him, it's not their lucky day.
Yeah, let's see what happened here to TJ Warren in the 6 machine. I went to him. He was just backwards on track. Oh, he just got on the gas too soon, and 32, nowhere to go. Puts TJ right in the wall. Actually, right on board. Here's TJ. Yeah, just got on the gas too soon. Car kicked sideways. 32, nowhere to go, and to that outside wall, Warren goes. He's showing a reverse that quick? Wow.
He's trying to pull a Kyle Busch.
That cracked me up. You need to turn around. I need to get to a flat spot first.
That was great. Because everyone was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I know what I'm doing."
Yeah, but here's the issue for Brugg, though. He's on 7-lap old tires now.
I think at this point, you may. I mean, he's going to get the lucky dog. So you could come in after he got that wave around, you know, and try to top off if he's able to. But most likely he's not. But we saw earlier how the difference in tire wear just from, you know, the 14 laps he stayed out on. He may be okay.
Is he gonna get the lucky dog though?
It depends.
I think
I don't know.
Dayton Taylor.
Oh.
My stuff's being stupid. No, Dayton Taylor's actually. I mean, he has a lot of front end damage too.
Interesting. Yeah, cause he got caught up in that that incident earlier on. I can't remember who. Oh, it's on the front stretch.
But Dayton Taylor is scored in front, I believe, of Johnny Brugg. I think it's Brugg at.
He may be taking the wave around.
Give me a quick second, guys. I gotta do something real quick. I gotta adjust my frame rates real quick. Alright, there we go. I think Johnny Bro's gonna have to get the wave round. I wish I could tell on SDK who got the wave round or the lucky dog, but it won't tell me. Yeah, because he would have already got the lucky dog. It's him, and then Badius is right in front of him, but Badius is, I think, a lap more down than Johnny Brugg is. He is. He was scored 2 laps down when his caution came out.
Interesting. Well, that pretty much, I think, will help Benjamin in the course of the race, by the way.
Yeah, and this will be really interesting. 7-lap older tires, Brugg's going to have to make his way through the field, and he's going to have about 40 laps to do it. And that may seem like a lot, but when you got to pass 19 other cars, you just get to the lead.
Exactly. And what about the fuel? Because he pitted, remember, he had to pit a little bit earlier than these guys. Everyone else, they can make it to the end. I don't think Johnny can. He needs either another caution or he's going to have to do a heck of a job saving fuel for the next about 40 or so laps.
I mean, it can be done at a place like Texas. I mean, I love saving fuel. I've won multiple races saving fuel because what I'll do is I'll clutch in, I'll shut my ignition off and go through the corner. But the thing is, can he be competitive while doing it?
Yeah, that's going to be the big story because, I mean, a lot of these guys who did pit, they're free to push. He's not, so he may not be able. I mean, because remember he was able to keep up on those older tires, so he has that pace. I don't know if he can do it while saving.
But I mean, there's always a saying, cautions breed caution. So
Absolutely. Especially now that everyone knows that this could be the final restart of the day. Get as many positions as you can while the tires are still good.
well, Pacer's gonna pull off. We're gonna go to our fancy Barney cam as
Green, green, green.
Nelson's already up and away, and they're back off. And Brugg is, I'm actually noticing this. Brugg is just now entering turn 1. And someone I have yet to talk about tonight, Philip Schmidt in this Red Bull Racing 84 car, he is up 19 spots from where he started at.
Yeah, he could be a dark horse.
I think if anyone's a dark horse, this is 60 machine of Michael Nash. I keep calling him Kevin Nash every now and again, if you catch my drift on that one. He didn't get where I was coming from on that, but there's been times like, yeah, Kevin Nash. I'm like, dang it, no, Michael Nash. I told him, I was like, you got to run a Big Daddy Diesel paint scheme at least once for me, please. I'll make it for you.
I don't care how you do it, just do it.
Yeah. Oh, shush. Craig Martin's turn needs some more blinker fluid. Make he's blinking out on my screen. I was blinking on yours.
From what I can tell, I think so. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and going back to Mr. Brugg, restarted in P19. He's only moved up 2 spots here in about 2 or 3 laps. So he has his work cut out for him. He's about a whole straightaway behind the leader as well.
Yeah, which, back to that fuel saving thing, if he's that close, I mean, he's already half a lap behind, basically, give or take, you know, if you think about it. So, what do? You can't just, you know, just give in. You still got to find a way to make it to the end. So, I mean, it's going to be tough for him. But
Oh, and that's what he needed to see right there.
absolutely. He's back in it. So watch out for that one car.
Oh. Trying to see what happened there, but I really think he's being stupid. Des Traub and Nick Sosha involved in the incident. Trying to see what happened. Here it is. Oh wow, that was a big one. Looks like that actually started with the 54 of Alex Chase. Everyone else is kind of caught in as collateral. Oh, actually I started with the 60. Got into the wall. Alex Chase didn't know he was there. Everybody else got collected on that.
Yeah, just nowhere for Jess to go.
And that's a tough break for Jess, because if he used his fast repair already.
I think he did. Remember when he clapped that wall? He may. I mean, that car doesn't look as damaged as it did originally, so he may not. He may be out of luck here.
No, the front end still looks the same. Let's actually.
Maybe okay then. Hold up.
Yeah, go back and see if you can't see the lap he pitted on, because that right front still looks the same.
It looks like he didn't use it. We'll see.
That's no sharker here. Johnny Brugg coming down pit lane. The question is, will he take tires? I saw the right go up.
Remember, he has that extra set.
Left goes up. Johnny Brugg taking tires and four tires and fuel.
I like that call.
I
saved
did
it
too.
earlier. Why not cash in on it?
Not just that, is he knows he has to make his way to the field.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Doing all old tires is just not a good call right now. He knows he has a car that can win the race.
Because now he doesn't have to worry about, saving that little bit of fuel. He can just go to the end, not have to worry about it at all.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Jess hasn't pitted yet either after that caution.
That is kind of surprising if you think about it.
But I think Jess Traub is also a couple laps down. He's a lap down.
That may be why. He may be trying to...
Oh, no, he couldn't pit yet because...
Oh, yeah.
It was closed for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go ahead and follow the rear chase camera, see if he uses his faster pair. Did Gordon ever run this scheme?
I feel like he had to have.
Had to have. See what Jess Traub does here. There goes the faster pair right there. So, both our points leaders having issues here tonight, and that's gonna really open up the door for Jaden if he can make something happen here late in a race. He's not having a good race either, actually. Jaden currently sitting at 17th. So our top 3 in point standings are all having issues.
Good day for someone outside that top 3.
You know what? I think Alex Chase, who is 4th in points, he's a couple laps down as well. So this is going to open up the door for Nelson to make up a lot of ground. Nelson 29 points out coming into tonight's race.
So for your answer, yes, he did run that scheme. Pepsi 400, July 2003.
Okay. I think he had to have, because that front end is such a weird sponsor on it. He had to run that scheme.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, Alex Chase is 3 laps down. So your top 4 in points here coming to 32 to go. Are all 4 of them are sitting out of the top 10. Top 15, actually.
Which, by the way, with Ben leading, I would look out.
Oh, you don't have this track? I just saw your message.
Yeah, I was trying to play it off.
You're probably just watching the broadcast, aren't you?
Yep.
Me and my motherboard that needs to get replaced, but it's in the mail. I think I forgot to do driver updates, so I don't want to take it, pay someone to do it again. I'll tell you the story when we make the green flag run. You're going to have a good kick at what happened on my motherboard.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, Pacers going to pull off, and Nelson's probably going to go right about now, and he does.
Green flag, green
Go
flag.
on leader here. Nelson with a great start yet again. As the fight's on for second, Kendall Kerr battling out with Michael Nash. Almost like Kevin again.
He'll drill it in your head eventually. Either that or it'll grow on you. Or grow on him.
Well, yeah, grow on him. What does have to put his nickname as Kevin? Like, we have him run a minion scheme, Kevin.
Yeah.
But no, while we're kind of starting to see the fight out, so I was having issues with my motherboard because it was blowing through power supplies, and I was like, what is going on with my PC? So I replaced my motherboard. Everything was working fine. Then my water pump started going out. I'm like, okay, let me replace that. With my new motherboard, I replaced my water cooler, right? I went to go put my CPU back in, and I have a i7, so I don't have the one that has pins on the CPU. It has pins on my motherboard. Mm-hmm. I went to go clamp it down, wasn't seated properly, and bent 3 pins on my new motherboard.
Oh.
And one of the pins that bent, the guy who fixed it couldn't replace it, and so now my 2 RAM sticks are sitting side by side instead of the same port.
Ooh.
And that's why I'm having so much issue with graphics. As here comes Kendall Kerr and Michael Nash for the lead. Kendall Kerr looking to the outside. So I got a new one on the way. It's just I gotta figure out how to do like driver updates. I don't know. That outside is just not having a drive off I'm used to seeing on 1.5 tracks at all.
Yeah, that is a little weird because I mean, I saw it in practice. A lot of people were able to drive it in harder on that outside and get the run off. It's just I'm not seeing it right now.
I think Kendall Kerr's gonna get it. Got a really aggressive exit. He's gonna assume the lead here on lap 72.
Stand corrected.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen it work on the outside.
Even then, it was a little more even.
Caution, yellow flag.
Oh, as our second place in points having issues again, Jess Traub. Rewind to see exactly what happened here to Mr. Jess. He just lost on his own. That is so weird that brought out a caution, but who was it earlier? Sosha did it when he was stopped against the wall.
Yeah.
Was that a manually thrown caution? No.
Interesting.
Oh, Jess Traub bringing out a caution. Lucky for him, no contact. So that's the big break for him, already using a faster pair. The one guy want to see that caution was probably Mr. Brugg, up to 16th now.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's slowly making his way up. This gives him a good break for the restart and give him more positions.
And here's another guy we called out. Spikes are in a 66 machine. He's up 14. I think that's the first time in the top 10 here tonight. I would be surprised if we have any takers. Let's say the 17th coming up pit lane. Oh wow, a lot of people are actually. Hyde coming down, Martin coming down, Spicer coming down.
Yeah, I mean, might as well. I mean, you have what, 2, I think, sets left. Might as well throw one on there and save the last one for the late race restart. If there has one.
Yeah, but looking at the stint length for these guys, I mean, they're on 18-lap old tires, but we've had, I think, 3 cautions, or 2 cautions in that span. I don't know if I agree with that call.
I don't know. I mean, it's still those heat cycles. I mean, we may not have had more in anger laps of pushing, but that could still play a toll. So we have to see how effective this will be. But, I mean, you know, it's worth a shot.
I'm just surprised how many people inside the top 10 pitted. Like, maybe outside the top 10, I can agree with that call. I mean, that alone moved Brugg from 16th to 7th.
That's especially look at that. Look at the 32. Straw Hacker's now up to 9th. Remember, he was outside the top 20 because of some incidents here and there. So this, I mean, that was a lot of people pitted. I didn't expect that.
As well as the 69 of corner.
Exactly.
He was actually involved in that wreck with Traub 2 cautions ago.
Well, his day's been turned around. Let's see if he can hold on, because there's still about 4 laps to go.
Yeah, we'll go green with No, we'll go green with 23 to go. Lights are still on.
There you go. But then again, 17's only in 11th, so we'll see how much of an effect these tires will have, because he's not that far away. Now, maybe not be much of a challenge for like the top 4, but he could grab a 5th again.
But he was running 4th.
I don't know.
That's an interesting call. I crew chief a lot. I used to crew chief a lot, and that's not a call I would make. And no, it's not like I was sucked to being crew chief. My guy, like crew chief, won a championship, and I think we had 8 race wins that season that he won. So it's like I made some risky calls, but they worked. One thing that I learned while crew chiefing is in every stock car but next gen. For some reason, you can't do this in next gen. If you're good on fuel, don't put fuel in the car. Don't. That car drives a lot better, especially on a fixed setup. For some reason, next gen, it tightens it up. I don't know why, and I don't like it.
Really?
Yep. Every track I've been to where I know I'm good on fuel, and let's say I pit and I have 5 gallons of fuel and I don't need to add the extra 15 gallons because I know I'm good and I take 4 tires, it tightens the car up like crazy. I don't know why. You do that in a Gen 6, a truck, or a Xfinity car, it'll get that car to stick to the track even more.
Yeah, that makes sense, because obviously you have less, weight on the car.
Yeah.
That's,
But next chance, it tightens it up. Every track I've been to, tried doing that.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Because the first time I tried it was actually at Michigan. I'm like, okay, yeah, Michigan, it'll make the car a little bit more loose because the next gens were pretty tight there. Nope, tightened the car up a lot. And I'm like, why is it doing this? I don't like this.
Huh.
Put the front camera. But yeah, for you guys who don't know, and you're up there winning a race or leading a race, and you need to make a call to help your car, especially on a fixed setup. Let's say caution comes out with 10 to go, and you know you're getting fuel. Put tires on, don't put fuel in. See where Kendall goes. Kendall's going to wait till the green flag to go. Interesting call there for the 21. He still gets a really good jump, though. Got Michael Nash just here in third. Keep an eye on that one of Johnny Brugg. Gary Sargent's up there, too, in seventh.
Yeah.
Oh, car outside walls is 66, and they're spread out way behind him back there. 3 wide going into the corner. Oh, I saw that coming. I saw that coming.
Well, what do you do now?
I saw that coming. I saw the 88 get up on that back bumper, and I was about to say, here comes the caution. You cannot do that in these ARCA cars at all. Right there. There's a replay of it, and the sense is 69 around, and
What was that thing you said earlier?
cautions, precautions.
There it is. Let's re-rack and go again.
Yeah, and Brugg up to 5th now.
If I'm Benjamin, I'm now a little bit tense.
I don't know. Oh, here comes the 84 to pit lane. Or the Smith, the 784. I don't know about, and here's why. The races Brugg has won has been long runs to the end. Brugg's really good on a long run. Short run is where he tends to kind of not be as fast as Nelson. Even Kurt. Kurt's running really well here tonight. Same with Michael Nash. Michael Nash and Johnny Berger, two guys who I've come to learn are really good. And here comes Jess Traub getting his lap back. Brugg and Nash, I've come to learn they're really good on the long run. They struggle on the short run. So if I'm Nash or Brugg, I want to see us go green from here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, remember, the top two, actually top three for that matter, in relegation to Brugg, they have how many laps? You say 18 or so, give or take. I mean, with those cautions, still not as many green flag laps. But there's still a decent amount of laps compared to that one car's tires that could play a factor as the run goes on. So those tires are fresher now; they'll be fresher later.
Yeah, there's the pit strategy right there. Brugg has the best tires out of the top 7. Taylor on the same pit strategy as Brugg. Atkins had the best tires out of the top 8. He was up there contending for the win. So if this goes green, it's going to be interesting on tire strategy. See how much that 7 laps makes a difference for these guys.
Yeah, speaking of interesting strategy calls, I do want to point out, you see that the 784 is actually not here. He's down to 17th. He took tires, so he's trying to get the precious tires at the end. But I don't know if I give up track position like that.
With 21 to go, I don't think so.
Exactly.
And another reason that's an interesting call by the 784 is because a lot of the caution we've seen, these last 3 cautions, have happened towards the back of the pack. So you're getting up all that track position just to possibly get caught up in a wreck for 4 fresh tires that weren't really needed. I mean, what was his run before that? So Smith was run before that was 23 laps, just like the leaders.
Interesting. Was he pitted from what, 5th? 4th?
4th, because that moved Brugg up to 4th.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see how that plays out in the long run, but in the short run, I don't know if I agree with that.
It is so interesting in this ARCA series at a track like this, seeing everyone's different pit strategy. So interesting.
Oh yeah, it's like you put random colors on a board.
Yeah. I think everyone in the top 10 probably has 2 sets left. Roy might only have 1. Same with Turan. And 1 set's really all you need for 19 laps.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, unless it's a long run, I wouldn't pit aside 20 to go for a new set of tires, no matter what I do. 'Cause, I mean,
No.
we saw the one car keeping up for his entire stint on people who pitted about 14 or so laps and have those fresher tires. So it may not be as big of a deal unless you are on that long run. But I don't think unless we seen these guys in the top 10 who didn't stop. When Johnny did. Maybe if we get a late race caution, maybe you do consider go down, but not now.
We saw Kendall Kerr kind of wait to go last time. We'll see if he does the same thing here. And that's the one thing I like about no-toe. I mean, even the restart zone is I don't like it when it's going green because it does not give an advantage to the leader whatsoever. When you have go when you want or go in the restart zone, the leader has control.
Yeah.
And that just shows right there. Kendall getting already a car length distance on the 125 and Nelson. We'll see what Brugg does here. Brugg looking to the outside of Nelson and Nash. And the outside line just isn't working like I'm used to seeing at a track like this. Whoa, car into the wall, Gary Sargent. Oh, and he's going to get turned.
Oh.
No caution, though.
Weird.
He kept it off track. He did hit the inside wall. You see a lot of front end damage on him. Keep it straight, Gary. Keep it straight.
Which makes the 24 spin a little earlier, even more strange while that was a caution.
With 17 to go. Brugg's going to have his work cut out for him as Nelson has reassumed the lead from Kendall while we were watching a replay or watching Gary Sargent try to get his car collected. And that's a tough break for Gary, running up there in the top 10 here with 17 to go.
Yeah. Really tough break for him. They're getting closer and closer to that wall.
I don't know how you guys do it. I don't like getting close to the wall on straightaways. It's funny because I'll run the Kyle Larson line at a place like Homestead in Miami, or not Miami, because Miami's Homestead. Homestead, Michigan, and Auto Club. But down the straightaways, I don't like being near the wall. I don't know why.
A little bit of fun, keeps you awake.
Brugg looking to the outside of Kendall. He looks like he can get the pass complete. He is. 15 to go. Every race this season has been decided by less than half a second. It looks like we're in for another one here. They get the 14 to go this time by.
I mean, in fact, you have, 3+ cars under that half a second.
Yeah. Kind of brings me back to the Auto Club race where after, I think it was 80 laps of race and the finish came down to 2 1/1000ths of a second between Brugg and Nelson.
With the way it's going, we could see it again.
Well, and it was funny because up until last week at Iowa, the largest margin of victory was at a super speedway. Until last week at Iowa.
Wow.
Iowa was, I think, 4/10ths. And we've raced Talladega, Auto Club, Chicagoland, and Iowa. Chicagoland was a 10th. Auto Club was 2/1000ths. And Dega was 2/10ths.
Wow.
So it's been crazy all season long of Brugg's moving his way into second. And here comes the two fast guys duking it out yet again here at Legacy, Texas.
And if I'm Ben, I'm just hoping that, please, can I at least get one?
Yeah, Brugg's looking to go 4 in a row.
Yeah. That's just crazy statistic. Every race he's started, he's won.
When Ben started the Cup Series, every track other than the Super Speedway to finish the season, he won.
Wow.
He came in second at Atlanta. So actually, let's go back to that schedule last season. So Yeah, he finished first, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he went 5 for 6 in the Cup Series to end the season, or 6 for
That's
7.
impressive.
But has yet to find victory lane here in the Gen 4 series.
Yeah, well, it could happen tonight. He's just really hoping that this the one car still gets, kind of what he's doing right now.
Yeah, you look at Brugg, he's trying to find a different line. And another thing I've noticed about these Gen 4s is it doesn't seem like being right behind someone gets you loose. It's been throwing some massive blocks going down that backstretch. But usually,
yeah, for some reason, it's like a railroad track.
Yeah, usually when you're right behind someone like that, it either gets you really loose or really tight. And you don't see that a lot in these Gen 4s. Oh, Brugg is really close to that back bumper. Nelson having to play defense right now. Brugg getting a little bit loose. That actually helped him a corner exit. He's to the inside of the 125 going down the backstretch.
He caught him. How can he pass him?
I mean, you were a witness to it last night. I was about to say how hard Nelson is to pass, and Brugg gets by him. Michael Nash gets by, but he hits the grass, mows the lawn. The loss of position in the grass, not the pass in the grass.
Yeah, he tried.
Caution, yellow flag.
Oh, yeah, caution.
Rack him up and send him again.
I'm not sure what caused that. What did cause that? Was it manually thrown? No? Huh.
Oh, it's for the... No, it's not.
Yeah, and I didn't see anyone reasonably slow on track either.
Debris.
So the only thing I'm seeing on SDK is Spicer in the 66 lost a couple of spots. Let's see if that might have been the caution. Yep, there it is. Wait, what? No, there ain't no way that's a caution.
What seems to be and what doesn't seem to be a
I
caution.
think that was
This
the
race is
caution.
crazy.
Looks like Straw Hacker has some issues. We got a lot of people coming to pit lane. Johnny Brugg, the only one staying out.
If that's the caution, that's still crazy to think. It's a good save.
Another thing I noticed before the caution came out is Straw Hacker has some issues. Let's go see if that might have been the caution. No, he just blinked. And there's the 66 getting loose.
Did what happened happen?
Huh.
Johnny did stay out. Huh.
Yep. Johnny stayed out. I'll pull this up and give you an idea exactly who stayed out. Oh, actually, I'll have to wait a couple laps for that to pull up. Pretty sure Nelson's gonna be the first guy on fresh tires in 9th. I'm pretty sure the top 8 stayed out.
Well, we're gonna go green with less than 5 to go. That's gonna be close. He may not be able to get to him.
Cautions bring cautions.
Very true.
Jesus, that C17 is loud. Holy cow. I had to take my headset off. All that rumbling was, there's a C17 starting up. I live by Fort Bragg, so. I'm like, what the heck is all that rumbling?
I'm glad I don't live by a base anymore.
Alright. Nope. Don't think I quite show. A little bit. I can tell right here Nelson was the first one on tires. Yeah, I think we're going to go green with 3 to go.
Unless there is a caution and it takes out, or at least it either takes out or he gets through. a few positions, it may be game set match.
I mean, possibly. That was a decent run, a 16-lap run at least. We see Fisher there on 16-lap old tires in second.
I don't know.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And I could, so far from what I've seen, that gamble with the 784, don't think it paid off.
No. I think I don't even know what happened to him, because that wasn't even a big caution. He might get caught up in a caution, but there wasn't anything that thought that caused the caution.
I think what could have happened is maybe with the 66 being that sideways, someone else had a little minor collision, and that was enough to maybe trigger one. But I don't know.
So something like that is usually a manually throw caution, but I'm not seeing anything pop up saying it's manually thrown. Well, if Nelson wants to get his first win here tonight, he has a lot of work to do in just 3 short laps.
I don't think he would have it any other way. Actually, he would, but let's play it that way.
Aceworth's going to pull off, and Brug's going to go right away, going to try to build that lead as fast as he can. They're already wrecking. They got to be wrecking because my stuff is glitching out. And I want to say Nelson was involved in that.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. See if we can't rewind that and see exactly what happened there and what might have caused that, at least.
Classic case of wheel spin, I think.
Well, it started. I'm going to go far chase on the 715. Actually, let's go a little bit further up. Let's go to Dalton. See if we can't see what happened here. Oh, yep, there it is, right in front of Nelson. Who was that? There's Nelson. That was Mike Rance in the 44. I think that's what caused it. Ah, where you at, Mike? There you are. Yep, this wheel spin. Mike goes and hits the grass, and Nelson nowhere to go. Oh, it's going to cut out right before he hits him.
That's really unfortunate, though.
Uh-oh, I broke it. There we go. So here's our first attempt at a green white checker, and not sure how many we have. Let's take a look. Where is that at? Yeah, you would have to look under race info for that on the league page because it's not showing up in here.
Let me take a look. Two.
So this week, first to 1.
I don't know, though. They may try to rack them up and throw them again with how aggressive they could be, but I know Johnny's probably going to be like, just let me get to the white.
Yeah, it's next week. These guys are actually off. Cubs going to Sonoma, but Don't know if that's going to be broadcasted. If not, I'll probably be out there screwing around with you guys, probably going off track 20 times in one race. I hate Sonoma. It is my least favorite road course.
From what I heard, I don't think it is going to be broadcasted, but yeah, you have fun anyway. Sonoma's interesting. That's all I can say about it.
It's just
tricky.
It's with how small the cut field is,
Yeah.
and with it being a road course, it would just be it would be just too much of a hassle to make it entertaining for. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that because I'm gonna just be hopping on another 45 laps in no more race. Oh, I don't know if I want to do 90 laps in a span of 3 hours. Gosh.
You could
Actually, correction.
make it best.
My least favorite road course NASCAR runs, and I hate the road course. They need to bring back the dang ovals to Indy. Which I heard a rumor. There's talk going around. They might be bringing the oval back, which I'm really hoping for because I think these next gens would be really good racing at the Indy Oval.
My main concern is still the pit road.
Why?
Because now these things cannot turn as easy on pit road, and with how narrow the Indy pit road is, that may be even more trickier than it was
Well,
before.
I mean, they go road course racing on that pit road, so I mean...
Yeah. Let's just hope, the entire field doesn't go and pull a, what is it, 2018? Everyone got involved.
Other than that, I don't like Sonoma. Watkins Glen, I love Watkins Glen. I wish they had bring back the Daytona road course. That's actually, I loved watching it. I loved racing it. I like the Charlotte Roval.
It's hard to not like the road.
Well, the tricky thing about Sonoma, the one thing I really don't like is I can never figure out that hill section at the first half of the lap. I'm like, I can never figure that out. Where you go down that hill and you're kind of going up a hill, going into the left. I can't figure that turn out. It'll save my life.
Yeah, it's tricky, but you need to take the first one slow so you can get the apex to the right. So keep left to go right. But that's been said somewhere before.
Here goes Brugg, first of 2 attempts on a green-white checkered. Brugg's already starting to check out. Fisher and Oliver Terrain going out for P2. TJ Warren up in the top 5. And here goes, oh, and that's going to be a wreck right there.
The yellow flag is out.
Let's do it again.
Attempt number 2.
This time, once the green flag flies, the next one will win the race. So Johnny, in this case, he doesn't care. He just wants to be, the one leading when that flag flies.
I'm trying to slow this down a little bit. Oh, I think TJ just came up.
Yeah. Looks like he just got a little bit loose off the 2 and tried to correct it. And
that was another thing I was about to say. It looks like he got a little loose and was just trying to still correct coming out of the corner.
Yeah, that's just the nature of being 3 wide in a late race restart.
Now watch the 17 here, though. The 17 is going to jump to 4th on this restart. And I think that might be Brugg's biggest competition here for the final green-white checkered attempt.
Yeah. Because what he has the freshest tires. I mean, it could work. He just needs to send it really hard on the outside.
No, he does not.
Oh, he doesn't? Interesting.
Nash actually has the freshest tires.
Well, then look out too.
Out of really the top 10.
I don't know. I still think 5th is a little too far back. You need to be in the first 2 rows if you want a chance. Unless, something else happens.
Well, the one thing going for Nat, I mean, so Atkins has been up there throughout the race. He was running top 4 earlier. But the one thing going for Nash is he's not only has the freshest tires, but he's restarting on inside line.
Yeah. Main thing is how will the 002 do in the restart? Because his tires are, not as old as Brugg's, but still up there in terms of length.
Oh,
23 spots. This what I just seen?
Yeah, what you're seeing on the right-hand side of that is how many spots they're up from the start of the race.
23 spots. Pretty impressive.
Actually, I just now noticed that. I'm glad you said that. I always thought that was when they pitted last, but no, yeah, that's how many spots they're up from the start of the race. So,
Wow.
Sweet. Now something to show the viewers how many slots people are up. This has been the wildest tire strategy I've ever seen in a race, though. Holy cow.
Yeah. It's all over the place. What's weirder is that I bet as the time has gone on, a lot of these people have started to realize that the tires aren't that big of a deal. Like they are, but they're not. It's more track position rather than tire wear.
I think with how fast Nash is running, if he can get a good restart here and get underneath Turan coming out of 2, he could probably set up a pass on the final lap on Brugg.
That's true, but you know, the sad thing is for Nash here is he has to make it there first. There's still 3 other cars there in front. Still has to pass the 1 car if he wants to win. But what's even more out of his control is there's still 15 plus other drivers there also trying to do the same thing. So if they can make it back to the white, the 60 could have a chance. But if not, he better get there quick.
I think Nash, if this goes green all the way, and he can get that pass complete on Turan, because I think that on this restart, we've seen Fisher kind of lose a lot of ground on the restarts. I think if Nash can complete that pass on the O2 of Turan coming out of turn 2, going into 3 and be right behind Brugg, he can set up a last lap pass if we get that white flag on the 1 car.
Let's see.
Man, I don't want to see this race under caution. It's been too fun of a race.
Oh yeah, but unfortunately, all things do need to end, and let's not have a 1 lap dash for the finish. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, actually, I think other than Dega, I think this is our first. I don't think they got a green white checkered.
That's actually kind of shocking.
I'm not quite sure. I can't remember Dega. But I do know Auto Club Iowa and Chicagoland did not.
Interesting.
Those will either be our second or our first green white checkered finish this season. There goes Brugg. Oh, and there goes a caution.
Green, green, green. Caution. Yellow
Well.
flag.
And it's going to end under caution.
Yeah. Well then, he's now 4 for 4, but I bet he would have liked it to enter into green as well. But
Yeah.
you know, you can only ask for so much. I just looked like a checkup, and drivers got ran over.
Yeah, that looks like that started with the 772.
I don't know if he just didn't get going, or if he spun the tires, or if he just got run over from behind. But I mean, once he got the the car behind his front bumper under him, he can't control that.
Take a look here. There goes Brugg, and I think he just got ran over.
Yeah, that's what I think as well.
Let's go on board and see if we can't listen for a tire spin. I don't think he spun his tires, though.
I think it was too early. I don't think he even got to the gas.
No, he didn't.
Wow.
Yeah, he just got ran over.
Yeah, the 33 just tried to, you know, get a little bit more momentum than he had available. That's unfortunate.
Johnny Brugg's going to win this race, and this is the caution ended it. This 70-72 didn't go, or 33 went too soon, and mayhem ensued.
Well, I think only a few drivers in this field knew or know exactly who caused that, but regardless to who caused it, a wreck happened, and we got a winner.
I think it's still saying 3 to go.
Unless there's another green white checker for some reason.
You said there was only 2.
Yeah, that's what it says on there. It says 2 green white checkered available. So if there's somehow made, unless they technically didn't get green to take the.
I don't know, because it's still saying 3 to go. Usually on green, white, checker, they've been down to 2 to go already.
Yeah, and I think it's already been 2 laps, hasn't it?
Been at least a lap.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll find. There's a lucky. Oh, are we gonna go green here? Hold up.
Well, the SDK screwing up. We'll find out because they'll say white flag right here. This should be the white flag.
From what I'm seeing here, I think we're doing another restart.
Oh wow, okay. I'm confused.
Yeah. Okay, well, forget what we just said. Let's go again.
I mean, I have never, and I've been racing for 2 years now, I've never seen a wreck happen before people take the green on a final green, white, checker, attempt.
Yeah, it's been confirmed. One more. So maybe they didn't get to the green to initiate the green, white, checker.
What did you say has been confirmed?
Well, I have an inside source inside the race.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, that's actually
interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's because the restart wasn't green, so we couldn't actually start the green, white, checkered. Okay.
Who's saying
But we
that?
have one chance.
Nelson?
No, it was Schmitz.
Huh. Okay, so lesson learned for future broadcasting, future racing, everyone. If you do not take the green, technically on a green, white, checkered attempt, the final one, you'll re-rack them and go at it again.
I guess. I don't know if it was I don't know if you can manually do it. So
No, you can't.
yeah. Yeah. So I guess it didn't register and didn't count because we didn't take the green.
Well, while that mayhem's going and we're confused out of our minds, Jess Traub with a beat the hell car is currently running in ninth. Holy cow! That car
Hey,
has
man.
seen some better days.
He didn't hear no bell. He's still going. I didn't hear no bell.
16 looks like he's putting a lift kit on his car. Let's check out some other cars. Craig Martin looks clean. Atkins looks clean. Nelson, unfortunately, in the pits. Oh, that's a tough break. Dalton Taylor's beat the hell. He's in the pits. Roy High's in the pits. There's your buddy Smith. He's in the pits. No wonder he's messaging you.
Yeah. He said his engine gave out, so he's like, eh. So.
That is why I've never seen that. Ever.
Yeah, that's strange. I'm glad, but that's strange.
I guarantee the one person not glad that one machine. He was hoping the race was over. It brings me
Because now
back.
there's another chance.
You know what reminds me of the 2022 All-Star race.
Yeah. You're not done.
Green
What?
flag.
Oh no! That's not what Nash wanted right there. Nash getting held up by the O2. JD Constark now looking for P3 as well as the 8. Jonathan Atkins looking to get around the 12, but with a 4/10 second gap, I don't know if he's able to make that up here. He's gonna try to. Oh, he might. Look at that gap close.
Oh yeah.
White flag is out. Straw Hacker did crash, but we got the white. 2/10 is the gap. We're in for another knuckle biter here.
Another photo finish, hopefully.
8 looking to the outside. Brooks gonna try to defend. We haven't seen that outside work too much. Can Atkins get it done? He's gonna shoot it deep into the corner. Oh, he's gonna get loose. Brooks gonna have to run on the inside. Oh, they door bang! Wow!
That's incredible.
Another photo finish. What was the margin of victory? Because I'm zeroed out.
Well, I'll see in a second.
Oh, I'll see here real quick too. Results. 1.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's incredible. He got him at the line too. Well, it's not 444 because Atkins stole him one.
Let's see if I
That's
can't
incredible.
get a good angle.
Wow. And the 88 wrecked the 60 after the line.
No, I want. What are you doing? You're on the wrong car. Let's see if this gives me the camera angle I want.
Wow.
Johnny Brugg comes up. I think he would have had. I think Brugg would have had it.
I think he would have had him if he
I
didn't
think
touch
he
him.
would have had it. I mean, look at the speed. He's Atkins is going 185. Bruggs is going 186. I think Bruggs would have had it.
I think he would have as well. I think I don't know. I think it was desperation.
There's the finish right there.
Wow.
Let me get that for Discord. So another close finish.
That's incredible.
We are 5 for 5 on insane finishes here in the ARCA series.
This is why we stream this series.
Wow, that was insane. I
Wow.
guarantee Brug's kicking himself right now.
I bet. I mean, I would be frustrated if I was in his shoes as well. Because, I mean, he was that close. Had they just gone green, he would have been in victory circle and not had to worry about it. But since we had one more, wow.
Yeah, and you see here in the replay I'm showing, the 8 came down a little bit as Johnny was coming up. I'm kind of confused why Johnny came up.
Maybe he tried to get a last-second side draft? Or maybe he just wanted the door? I don't know. But I think if... I don't know.
Oh, it looks like he got loose.
Oh, that would do it.
Let's play it from here and let's listen in. Yeah, it just broke free on him. What an insane finish.
That's amazing.
That's a heartbreak for Brugg, though.
Oh, 100%. I mean, let's be honest here. I don't think he's too upset. He got 3 others. And the points lead, and second place, and everyone around him who is in the points didn't really finish too well, now did they?
Jess Traub got 8th.
Well, there you go. I think Jess is the only one in the top 4 other than Johnny to actually finish in the top 15.
Nope, Jaden got 3rd.
Oh, well, then I'm just going to stop talking now.
There's some loads of burnouts. I don't think he led a single lap until that final lap.
I think you're right. Because, I mean, by the way, that was the guy that I was keeping an eye on in practice. He could run the top. I guess we found out why.
Well, we wait for our top 3 to get in podium finishers. If not, I'll start dragging people down from open chat. There's Johnny Rocket Man. He's joined in. Well, let's go ahead and pull down our 3rd. Nope, wrong person. Oh, he joined. I was about to pull him. Let's pull up our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Jaden Consterk. What is going on?
How's it going?
Hey, man, wild race. You definitely had your ups and downs, dude. Talk it through those closing laps. I think you restarted 6th on that final restart, didn't you?
I did restart 6th. I did not expect, because I think the guys in front of me, except for the top 2, had older tires. I think that's why I was able to get by them. The people behind them, after I passed them, definitely caught up to me, I think. And if there was one more lap, they definitely would have caught me. I tried, like, throughout the race, I was trying to conserve, and I couldn't understand how people were so fast, but still able to conserve at the same time. So this P3 is definitely luck-based. But, I tried, like, switching my tire saving strategy mid-race to let off on the exit just to save that right rear, and it didn't really work out, so. But yeah, I got lucky in the end, so.
Well, man, you came in top 4. I think you were 4th in points when you came in here. Um, Gained a couple points on Jess, but unfortunately lost a point or two to Johnny. But man, what a race that was. We go off for a week, we come back to Michigan. What's your hopes going into Michigan in a couple weeks?
Figure out how to save tires this time. I definitely gotta work on my long run strategies. So
All right. All right, man. Well, congrats on that P3 as you're one of the 2 dud junior cars in the podium finishers. So congratulations on that.
thank you for streaming.
No problem. Next, let's pull in Rocket Man Johnny Brugg. What is going on, Johnny?
How's it going, Isaac?
Hey, man. Unfortunately, you weren't able to go 4 for 4. Close finish at the end. Talk us through that final lap of what happened in that quad. We'll come to the finish.
Yeah, that one hurt a little bit because obviously I felt like I had it pretty much locked in the bag on those green white checkers, and then we have it 2 green white checkers set, and technically we did 3 because the second one we didn't reach the green flag, so it gave us a third one. But no, I got beat fair and square off that restart by Jonathan. He did a good job running up and catching up to me on the fresher tires, and then honestly, after watching it after the race, he got loose out of 4, and I think I had the momentum. And if I would have just kept it straight and tried to keep it as low as I could through the quad oval, I think I might have still came out with the win. But I tried coming up and rubbing his door a little bit because I saw him. He was in front of me still. And I think that I honestly hurt myself more than did him. Obviously, since he ended up winning the race, but nonetheless, it was a fun battle.
Well, man, we've seen you part of multiple close finishes all season long. This is yet another one. We have still yet to see a victory with a margin of more than half a second. I think it came down to 1/1000th of a second or something like that. A crazy time. I was showing zeros across the board. But dude, what a finish that was. You had your battle throughout the race. Interesting pit calls, but came up a spot short. Still a good points day for you as you're still going to maintain that points lead.
Yeah, our bad strategy turned into a good strategy there late in the race. But those last little green white checkers are what killed us. I would have liked to seen the first one go green. I think the fresh tires were deep enough back where they weren't going to be able to catch me how Jonathan did this third time around sitting P4. But it is what it is. Obviously, there's some tire scrub on the restarts when you have older tires out there. So, but good race.
All right, man. Congrats on the P2. Sucks to come up spot short, but hey, you can't win them all.
Can't win them all, and I was a lap down at one point because of the strategy. So I'll take it. It was a good points day.
All righty, man.
Take care.
All right, let's pull up our race winner next, Mr. Jonathan Atkins. What is going on?
Not much. How are you?
Hey, doing pretty good, dude. Yet another wild finish here tonight. You come across with that win. Talk her through that final lap. Because I think that's the only lap you led coming to that finish line.
It is. I early on I tried to save as much as I could, and Benjamin, he was driving away there at the beginning. I couldn't do anything with him, and then just kind of played the pit strategy okay to be in the right spot at the right time. And I knew when I came off at 2 in second on that final restart that I was in good shape. That if I could run him down in 3 and 4 and then make a valiant effort on the last lap. So I about screwed it up. I almost spun out all 4, but worked out. Those cars are fun to drive.
Yeah, man. And the crazy thing is, I think you only had 9-lap newer tires than Johnny coming to that green white checker finish.
Yeah, I wasn't sure when they pitted, but I got some damage like before the caution I pitted on, so it was like pit and take tires and take my quick repair and just see what I could do. And I think I restarted like 11th, and then a couple cars got took out on that restart, and it just kind of put me in a good spot. So
Yeah, and talk us through that, like the second to last green and white checkered, because we were confused up here. What in the world was going on? Because we were like, okay, that's 2 attempts, race is over, and next thing you know, my pace laps weren't counting down. I'm like, how is that happening? Because they've already had 2. I've never seen that in iRacing before.
me either, and I thought it was over, and I was I was going to be happy with the top 5 either way, but I was a little frustrated because I thought I had a good shot at winning. But I guess because we didn't actually take the green, like the leader fired, and then they wrecked before the green came in, so it it worked out. I've never seen that either, but pretty cool that it works that way.
It worked out in your favor, but Johnny Brugg, unfortunately, the loser in that whole situation. But we go racing next in 2 weeks at Michigan, man. Talk us through your thoughts on that race.
It'll be another slide around, try to save tires. These cars they're a bear to drive, but they're a whole lot of fun. They're way more fun than the current Cup car, and you got to use a lot of throttle control, and you really use the throttle through the corner, but you're half throttle till you get the straightaway. They're a lot of fun to drive. Michigan will be more of the same. Maybe they're 8 grooves wide there, so a lot of room to make passes and have some good racing.
Now, I gotta ask you, when you got loose in turn 4, did you just Ryan Blaney it to stay in the throttle, or did you crack the throttle a little bit?
I cracked it. It's about half throttle.
Oh, come on!
I didn't want to spin across his nose, but as soon as it got straight, I was back in it. And if he hadn't doored me, I think he might would have had a better run there, and it'd have been closer anyway. But one of those things.
Yeah, I went back on the replay, and he right before he doored you, he was 1 mile an hour quicker when the contact happened. I think slowing it down now, I think he was actually starting to nose you out when he came up and made contact.
Yeah. I about screwed the pooch there, but I was afraid if I stayed, they're really hard to drive like on full throttle sideways. There's not a lot of side bites, so I was, if I had stayed in it, there was a good chance I was going into the infield. So it looked good for TV anyway.
Oh, it looked great for TV. Another really close finish. As I don't know if you've been racing all season, but we have yet to see a race with a margin of victory more than half a second this season.
Yeah, I haven't. I've been running 87s. Mondays have been tough, but I finally made it out to make one. So yeah, these cars are just they generate good racing. And there's some aero stuff going on, but there's enough horsepower that people are going to make mistakes, and that makes good racing. So
All right, man. Once again, congratulations on that win here tonight. Your first win here in the Gen 4 series, and hopefully first of many.
all right, I appreciate it.
All right, and that will be all for tonight. Next time we are live will be in 2 weeks at Michigan for the ARCA series, just because we are not broadcasting Sonoma, and a week after Sonoma is off for Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all you dads out there, and if you're not a dad yet, just still go have fun, I guess.